On the 25th of October, which is last week Friday, I was getting ready to post a video on my YouTube when I realized my account was not there. So, at first, sometimes it happens like that. So at first I was like, let me just update the app. I went to the app store, I updated YouTube, and my account was still nowhere to be found. So I was like, what is going on? I went straight to my husband, I took his phone, and I went to YouTube. I searched for my name, and my name was not there. I was like, what is going on? So they were like, error loading something. That is what they were telling me. So I went to Google. As for me, anytime I face any problem, I just go to Google to search for it. So I went to Google, I searched, I typed in what they were saying, and I realized that my account was terminated. I went to my email first, and I saw that I've received a message from YouTube. The message said my account has been terminated because I violated their sex and nudity policy. I was like, what is going on? Sex and nudity policy? What sex and nudity policy? And then after reading everything down there, they told me I've been banned from YouTube. I cannot create another account. Like, I'm banned for life. Then I saw that you can appeal. So I was like, what is going on? Like, the way it was like I was under pressure. So instead of me to even write and explain what is going on, I just wrote that I am sorry if I've done anything wrong. Please forgive me. I promise I will not do this mistake. And the reason why I did that was because, you see, the last video I posted about a prostitute, I don't know if you've watched that video. It is about a prostitute, something like, I sleep with men for money. No, I am not a prostitute, but I sleep with men for money. I don't know if you've seen that video. So that is what I wrote on the thumbnail in my title. So I thought maybe it is because of that. So I apologized and everything. And then I did more research, and I was told that if you go to Twitter and you tag at Team YouTube and you tell them your problem, they might help you. So now me, I don't even have Twitter accounts. I created one very fast, and then I wrote to them. The first message, I think I told them, what did I even tell them? I told them to help me get my accounts back. I'm sorry. And then I did it again, and then I told them I only share stories because that is what I do. I share stories and I give advice. So they should review my account. I think I heard from them the next day, and they told me not to worry and that my account is under review. When they are done, they will let me know. I was just there because I didn't understand what was going on. I even thought some people were reporting my page. Because what is sex and nudity? What do I even do here? I just sit down and I read out my stories and I give advice. And it's even giving positive vibes. So like, what is going on? Now, I was talking to my husband. I was telling him I don't understand what is going on. Then I realized something. I realized that, you see, the appeal that I've sent to them, I've not even tried to justify myself. Like, I just wrote, I'm sorry. What did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. Then I decided to sit down. I read somewhere on Google that you can only send one appeal, but I was like, I don't care. I need to express myself. So I sat down. I wrote everything out, explaining that what I do is I share stories that I receive from my subscribers and followers. That is all I do. I post them and I give my advice. According to the policy they said I violated, they think my account is for sex gratification. That is what they said. You understand? Sex gratification. So I was like, no, I don't do that. I don't do that. So I asked them to read my comments. Like, they should review my channel again. They will see that that is not what I do here. I did the first appeal immediately I received the email because I was rushing. Then I sent the second appeal the next day, which was Saturday. Immediately I sent the second appeal, I received a message and they told me they've received my first appeal and that I shouldn't worry. I will hear from them in 24 hours after they finish reviewing my account. And I started waiting. Saturday, no response. Sunday, no response. Monday, no response. Tuesday, no response. I was like, you know what? No problem. And thank you so much. I think a lot of people realized I was not posting. I was just feeling down. So I couldn't even post on TikTok. I was just tired. I was just tired. I received so many sweet messages. People were checking up on me because they know I always post. Thank you so much to everyone who sends me a message. I saw them, okay? I saw all your messages. Thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to wait for a month. If they give me the account, fine. If not, what can I do? I'm just going to move on with my life. And I love TikTok, but I was enjoying YouTube. I don't know why. YouTube is just... Let me know. Don't you love my channel? Like, YouTube is just another vibe altogether. I really love sharing my advice on here. I really love I just love what I do here. Do you get it? I just love what I do here. So I think I went on live yesterday on TikTok. A lot of people were asking, where is your account? I think that is the only thing you guys have been asked, where is your account? And I explained to you that it has been terminated, so I'm waiting to hear from them. And then today, I think I went to my email to check something, and then I saw a message from YouTube. I was like, no, I'm not going to press it. What if they are going to tell me they are not going to give my account back to me? If they tell me they are not giving back my account to me, it means that I cannot post on YouTube, like I'm banned for life. I was like, what the heck? Let me just press it. I pressed on it. Hey! And they were like, your YouTube has been reactivated. The way I shouted. I was so happy, like, I was so happy. And they even apologized to me because I didn't do anything wrong. They said they were sorry and that they are, I don't know what happened. I think it was a mistake. They were sorry for the frustration and anything they might have caused. So my account is back. So if you noticed my account has been off for some time and you couldn't find my name, even if you said for Vera, I'm nowhere to be found. I'm back. Thank you so much for the love. I've been sharing stories on TikTok for 3 to 4 years now. That is what I do. I know people enjoy the stories though, but what do? I just share stories. I didn't know that you guys cared about me like this. I don't. Stop it. Like the messages I received, I was like, I think I've not posted for just 5 days, and V, are you okay? Your YouTube is off. Are you okay? Is everything okay? Some people even found my personal WhatsApp number. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it all. Thank you guys. I was just sharing stories, but I can see you love what I'm doing, and I also love what I'm doing. And thank you so much for the support. So we've gotten the accounts back. Our account is back, babes. Our account is back. Oh, I don't even know what to say again. But thank you so much for the love and support, and I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Hello, how are you doing? I hope you are having an amazing day. If you are new to my channel, I'm Vera, but you can call me V. I share real life stories that I receive from my subscribers and followers. Stories in need of your advice and opinions. And so if you love unique and exciting stories, welcome, you are the right place. Like always, I have 4 stories for you. But before we continue, please subscribe and like this video. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. Shout out to Eva for real for being the first person to comment on my last video. Thank you so much for the support, babe. You know I love you. And now sit back, get comfortable, and let's get right into it. Story number 1. I knew something was off. I could feel it. My wife was acting different, and this really bothered me. She only wore makeup to special occasions, and even with that, most of the time, she just put on powder and lipstick. Then all of a sudden, this woman started wearing a full face of makeup to work every day. She had been doing her job for almost a year at this point, and I can count on my fingers the number of times I've seen her wear makeup to work. It all started when she told me she wanted to upgrade her looks and join a makeup class. She said she wanted to look more sophisticated. This was surprising because she has always been okay with the way she looked. She was naturally beautiful, and I told her that, but she still insisted on taking the class. She took the class for 2 weeks and started experimenting on her face after work. And she was very good at it. She looked very beautiful with the makeup, and I could hardly recognize her. Soon, I realized she was also dressing differently to work. Then she started investing in wigs. This was a woman who was always in her natural hair or braids. She just changed overnight. Now, a little background story. I met my wife at my cousin's wedding ceremony. She was there with her uncle. My mom knew them, and so she asked me to drop them off. We spoke a lot in the car, and everything started from there. She was the one who actually proposed to me a few months after we met. I had just broken up with my girlfriend of 4 years and was not at a good place mentally. When I told her I was not ready to date, she told me she would wait for me. She will come over and we will sleep together. This went on for almost a year. She couldn't take it anymore and asked me to make things official. I was still not ready to date, so we stopped seeing each other for weeks. The truth was that I was still in love with my ex, not her. I ended up sleeping with my ex, who was still in a relationship, a few days after we called it quits. I wanted to get back together, but my ex didn't want to. Then one day, I woke up missing my wife. I called her and she came right over. We slept together that night and I told her I wanted to date her officially. She agreed and we started dating. A week later, my ex visited me and we slept together. I realized I had made a big mistake and I told her it was over. But she came over again a month later and seduced me again, and I ended up sleeping with her again. This was a huge mistake. At this point, my ex was no longer with her boyfriend and wanted to get back together with me, but I was not interested in her anymore. My ex was hurt, so she found my woman's number, called her, and told her we slept together. My wife was heartbroken, and it took time, but she forgave me, and we moved past it. We got married a year and a half after we started dating, and I really thought we had moved past my mistake, but what my wife did to me after we got married almost destroyed my life. Now, my job is time consuming, and she always complained about me not having time for her. Because of the nature of my job, I leave very early in the morning and come home late at night. We argued about this a lot. I first noticed the changes when I came home one evening and she was in the living room watching TV. She didn't seem excited to see me. I had even bought a favorite ice cream for her, and she just told me to put it on the table without even looking at me. Now, apart from the makeup and a style change, things took a turn when I started noticing her being secretive. At first, it was just little things. She would take her phone with her to the bathroom or whisper when she answered calls. I brushed it off at first, thinking maybe she was just having private conversations with her friends. But then the little things added up, and I couldn't shake the feeling that something was off. One evening, I was scrolling through my phone when I noticed the phone light up on the table. My heart raged. I picked it up, my curiosity getting the best of me, and started scrolling through her messages. I didn't know what I was hoping to find, but just as I was reading, I heard footsteps. It was my wife. She walked in, and the shock on her face was clear. "What are you doing?" Her voice was quiet, almost hurt, as if I had betrayed her by doubting her trust. "Why would you go through my phone?" I quickly put it down, feeling embarrassed and ashamed. "I just wanted to know if everything was okay," I stammered, but her expression turned cold. She quickly changed the password that night, claiming someone from work had figured out her old password. I didn't buy it, but I didn't want to push her further. After that, things only got stranger. She started coming home late, even later than me, saying she was needed at the hospital more. I forgot to mention she's a nurse. I knew she had always been passionate about her job, but this felt excessive. Despite these changes, when she got home, she could suddenly turn on the charm. She always seemed to be in the mood for sex, which wasn't like her at all. It left me confused and even a little suspicious. It felt like I was living with a different person. She hardly cared if I raised my voice when we argued. It was as if my feelings didn't matter anymore. She stopped nagging at me and asking me to spend more time with her. It was as if she just didn't care about anything I did anymore. I would try to talk to her about my day and ask her how work was, and she would just shush or change the subject. It was like nothing I did interested her anymore. Now, just last week, I came home early because I really missed my wife. I wanted to surprise her. I was looking forward to spending some quality time together, hoping to reconnect after the distance that has been growing between us. But when I walked through the door, I was hit with a gut-wrenching shock. There, on our bed, was my wife with another man. They were sleeping together, completely unaware that I had just walked in. It feels like the ground fell out from under me. I can't even put into words the mix of emotions that hit me. Anger, sadness, betrayal. Without thinking, I charged into the room. I grabbed the guy by his shirt and yelled, "What the hell are you doing?" I didn't even process that I was about to fight him. I just wanted him to understand the pain he was causing me. I threw a punch, and it felt like all the hate from the last few months came pouring out without one swing. In the middle of the chaos, my wife screamed my name and asked me to stop. The guy didn't fight back. He looked shocked and scared. He just picked his clothes and ran out. My wife started crying and begging me to forgive her. I asked her why. Like, how could she do this on our marital bed? She said it just happened. And that the guy listens to her. And I haven't been around. I was like, what kind of stupid excuse is this? Do you decide to cheat on me because I'm busy? I walked out of the house angrily. I spent the night at a friend's place. I came back to the house the next morning and I asked her if she loved the man. And she said no. And that she was just with him because I was not giving her attention. She cried and begged me to forgive her because she forgave me when I cheated years ago. Her words felt like a punch to the gut. She seemed to like this guy, like she had transformed for him in ways I had wished she would do for me. I still love my wife, and I don't know how I feel right now. I don't know if I want to forgive her. How can I even trust her again? She says I'm the one she wants to be with and she doesn't love the guy. And that she only started doing the makeup because she wanted to change herself. Honestly, I don't know what to do next. Should I forgive her because I cheated on her in the past and she forgave me? Or should I just walk away? You know what? I want to hear from you guys this time around. This situation is very complicated, so let me know what you think down below. He cheated and the wife forgave him, and now she has cheated. I'm not going to say anything about this story. I'm not going to give my opinions. I'm not going to give my advice. I'm not going to say anything. I want to know what you think. I just want to know what you think he should do. So let me know down below. And now let's move on to story number 2. Hello V. I just watched your video about a young girl who is confused about whether to choose a boyfriend or family, and I would love to seek your advice. I'm 24 years old, and the man I'm seeing is 34. He has been pressuring me about marriage since the first day we met. This made me ask him what his reasons for wanting to marry are. Here are his reply. 1. I'm marrying because I have reached the age where I need to marry. 2. I want to have children. 3. There is a blessing in getting married. I further asked him about what would happen if we marry now, and medically we are fit to have children, but I don't give birth in our first year. He responded by saying, I will give you 3 years. If you don't have a child by then, I will break up with you and marry someone else. I saw these answers as red flags, and my instincts tell me to break up with him. V, please, what do you think I should do? He also mentioned that while he wants to marry, he doesn't need a life partner because his family are his life partners. He believes that a wife can leave him at any time. Whenever we talk, he often praises himself. If he calls and asks to see the dress or shorts I'm wearing, and I say no, he gets angry and says a lot of hurtful things. He likes to say, you think you have gotten me. And I've tried explaining to him that marriage doesn't work like that, but he doesn't seem to understand. V, please, I need your advice on what to do. Babe, number 1, listen to your instincts. You are just 24 years old. And at 24, you have plenty of time to think about marriage or starting a family. You should feel ready and supported in a relationship. And the way he's pressurizing you is a big red flag. This man is not marrying you because he loves you. He wants to marry you because he wants someone to bear his kids for him. He wants a career for his kids. This man said he doesn't need a life partner and that his family are his life partners. It means that when you get married to him, you will be nothing to him. He has told you that if he marries you and you don't have a child for him within 3 years, he's going to leave you. This man doesn't care about you. He doesn't respect your feelings. He just doesn't care. He has just showed you who he is and how he's going to treat you in future. So, is this the kind of man you want to be with, babe? His behavior, like getting angry when you refuse to share things about your life, or the way he always focuses on himself, feels like emotional manipulation to me. Babe, marriage shouldn't feel like a race. Talking about marriage should involve both of you sharing your dreams and building a life together, not making threats or putting pressure on each other. Babe, in my opinion, this man is a walking red flag. You deserve better. You deserve to be with someone who values you, someone who understands you, not someone who pressures you or belittles you. Marriage is a huge commitment. Marriage is a journey, and it comes with a lot of ups and downs. And you need someone to be there for you when there are downs in the marriage. And in your case, this man has told you he's going to leave you if you don't give him what he wants. Like, this is not about you. It is all about him and what he wants. So if all you want, babe, is to just get married, then fine. But if you want to be with someone who will cherish and adore you and love you for you, then babe, you know what to do. Listen to your instincts. They never lie. Remember that your happiness is what matters most. Take care of yourself, babe. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 2 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section reading them. And now let's move on to story number 3. Hi, I'm in a confusing situation and don't know what to do. I met this guy on Facebook and we started talking. Let's call him Guy A. It was my senior in junior high school. When I met him on Facebook, he had already traveled outside the country. This was in 2016. I had also finished senior high school, but my grades were not the best, so I was struggling to get admission to nursing training. We started dating, and he helped me by giving me money to retake my courses. In 2017, he came to Ghana, and I finally met him. After he returned abroad, we continued communicating. I later gained admission to a 3-year program at the university, and he supported me very well. Life was comfortable, and he visited again in 2019. Our love grew stronger, and it was always hard to say goodbye when he left. However, I noticed they changed after returning abroad. He never touched me because I was a virgin, and he was also a virgin, coming from a Christian home where his mother is a leader. He eventually distanced himself from me. He told me the distance was hurting both of us, and things became difficult between us. He asked for a breakup, which deeply hurt me, and I cried a lot. My heart was broken, but he continued to send me money and support. Later, he met another lady, and after a short time, they got married. That was one of the saddest moments of my life, and I had to move on. I was very hurt because I knew I had lost him. I deleted his contact and tried to move forward. I then met another guy whom I will call Guy B. He is very intelligent, wants me to succeed in my education, and is currently studying for a PhD. However, Guy B is a strict person who doesn't know how to treat a woman or make her happy. He has a huge ego and doesn't bring me joy. He has also traveled abroad and wants me to join him so we can be together and get married. Now, Guy A has reached out to me to explain why he left and that he wants me back. He said the distance was killing him and he wanted someone who could be closer. He admitted he was hurt leaving me and mentioned he was desperate to be with a woman. The lady he married gave him physical intimacy, and by the time he realized it, they were getting married. He said everything happened so fast. After their marriage, he started missing me and feels he wronged me. He claims I'm the one he truly loves. Although he says the lady has a good character and is decent, they have their share of issues that he can't discuss. I have forgiven him, and we are both happy talking to each other, with our love growing again. Now, Guy A wants to divorce his wife and be with me because he believes I'm the one he loves. He is also planning to bring me to his country so we can be together. However, the problem now is that his wife is pregnant and he doesn't know how to proceed with the divorce, especially considering family change and the child. I also don't want to be labeled a husband snatcher or the reason for his divorce. What should I do now? Should I continue my relationship with Guy A and consider traveling to be with him so he can divorce his wife? Is Guy A really going to leave his wife for me? He wants me to give him advice on how he should divorce her. We truly love each other and neither of our partners deserves to be cheated on. We tried to stop communicating, but it hasn't worked. V, please advise me. What should I do? Guy A and I feel like we are soulmates and we want to be together. How do we go about it? Babe, being in a relationship with someone who is still married, especially if he has a pregnant wife, is very complicated. As long as he's married, whether he's your soulmate or not, being with him is wrong. No matter how much you claim to love each other, choosing to cheat which is definitely going to hurt his wife and your partner, is wrong. Ask yourself what kind of relationship you are building with guy A. If he's willing to cheat on his wife with you, there's a good chance he could do the same thing to you in future. Also, why would he ask you for advice on how to divorce his wife? It doesn't make sense. This shows that guy A is not emotionally matured. Now, let's say he truly loves you and you love him, and the two of you are meant to be together. What he has to do is to deal with his current situation instead of asking you for help on how to end this marriage. And babe, his wife is pregnant. He had access to you. You were together and you were in love. He left you, he went to date her, and he married her, and she's now pregnant. Like, why does he want to leave the woman he married? No one forced him to marry this woman. No. He married this woman on his own free will. He broke up with you and married her, and she's pregnant. And now he wants to leave her, his pregnant wife, and then marry you. Think about it, babe. If you believe you and guy A are soulmates, then babe, the best thing you can do is to stop dating him now. Let him go and let him sort out all his issues with his wife. Let him sort out his commitments first. Now, after he sorts out his commitments with his wife and is single, and you want to date him, then the two of you can date. If he loves you and wants to be with you like he claims, let him sort out his issues. Now, let's talk about guy B. Babe, it is very important to consider what you really want in a partner. Guy B seems to really care about education and has goals for both himself and you. However, you mentioned that he's strict and he doesn't treat you well and he doesn't make you happy. Is this man a right fit for you? Babe, think about what you really desire in a relationship. While guy B may support your education, it sounds like he's not meeting your emotional needs. Now, also consider this. Are you with guy B because you want to forget the pain of losing guy A? Babe, you need to take time to figure out your feelings. If you want to be with guy A, let him finish sorting out his issues. Then the two of you can continue. Now, ultimately, the decision depends on you, babe. But I want you to prioritize your happiness and emotional well-being. If both relationships are causing you stress, let them both go. Peace of mind is very important. Whilst there's a strong connection between guy A and you, being involved with someone who is still married, someone with a pregnant wife, could lead to a lot of complications. Now, guy B doesn't also treat you well or make you happy, and staying in a relationship with him will not be fulfilling. Babe, take time to reflect on your feelings and what you want. You deserve to be in a relationship that brings you happiness and fulfillment without the baggage of guilt or doubts. Babe, the ball is in your court. Make your decision. And now, if you have any advice for this sender, just write story number 3 and leave your advice and opinions. She's going to be in the comment section reading them. And now let's move on to story number 4. Hello V. I'm a lady of 33 years, married, and we have a beautiful daughter together. My husband is caring, loving, honest, and the most amazing man I know. I've always sworn to be by his side no matter what happens. Now, a little background story. I've always been the lady who has never been lucky with men. I've had my fair share in broken hearts. In fact, I haven't been in a relationship for up to a year before. It always ends in tears. Now, before I met my husband, I was dating a man of God in my church. I don't know, but something in me told me not to tell anyone or make it public. So I told him I wanted to keep it a secret for the time being, not knowing this same man was sleeping with other ladies in the church. We were okay, or at least I thought we were, until one day, he started ignoring my calls. I will call him and he won't pick up, neither will he return my calls. Sometimes, a lady will pick up saying he's busy at the moment and that he will return my calls. During this period, he was hardly at church, and even if he comes, he always hurriedly leaves the church before church closes. My older sister was getting married at Kumasi, so I had to go. I left on Thursday, and on Friday, I called him and he told me I'd impregnated someone and he has been forced to marry the person. Miss V, I was so shocked and devastated. I felt like my heart had broken into 1,000 pieces. I couldn't eat or sleep. I cried so much, and my elder sister asked me what the problem was. I told her and she comforted me and told me to stop crying. She asked if this person was the pastor in my church, but I lied and told her no, because I couldn't bring myself to say the truth. Fast forward, this man of God got married, and I helped in cooking and serving at the wedding. Someone will say I'm stupid, but no, I'm not. I just like to forgive people who hurt me, so I can move forward. Besides, there was a prayer I always say, and I knew the kind of man I would settle up with. I even went as far as asking for permission at work, only to help with the cooking and serving. This wedding was over, and everybody went back to their normal business. I think somewhere around May, June, the same year, my friend D introduced me to his friend. Let's call him Nyameche. D told me about Nyameche, who is single and searching. For starters, I wasn't interested because I've had enough of men and their wahala, so I was so relaxed. It took Nyameche about 2 months to contact me. The first day I heard his voice, I smiled in my head and I could feel some butterflies in my tummy. We spoke for like 2 hours and this continued for like 2 weeks before we finally decided to meet. When I met him, he was tall, thick, and very handsome. We spoke over a few drinks and pork, and then he ordered a car for me, paid, and told the driver to be gentle when taking me home. I loved that he treated me so well. This went on for like 3 months before I visited his house. When I visited him, he didn't try to touch or sleep with me. We were just having normal conversations. Frankly, I was surprised because this is my first time I visited a man and he didn't try to kiss or make love to me. But I had to try something and see if everything is good down there. In fact, my friend gingered me, but to my surprise, he told me he didn't want to touch me. But I had to taste that thing, and I did all I could to make him have me. It was really good, and his stain was perfect for my Gucci's. So he told me he had a son the first day we met with a lady and that they are no longer together. I asked how long have you guys been broken up, and he told me almost 2 years. Well, I wasn't surprised about that because D had mentioned dates, but what I didn't know about was the storm ahead of me. Nyameche told his baby mama that he was dating and all hell broke loose. She was angry and always sending insults through Nyameche's friends to me. Miss V, can you imagine this lady got my number and would just call to insult me and hang up? But Nyameche told me to ignore her and focus on our relationship. Nyameche enrolled me in the university because, according to him, he can't be going up and I will be at the bottom watching him go up. When this lady heard of this too, she got angry, saying Nyameche never enrolled her at school. But look at the things he was doing for me. Personally, I love the baby, which is Nyameche's daughter. I even told people she was my daughter. Soon enough, Nyameche proposed to me and I accepted, but his mother wasn't having it. She said once he has given birth outside marriage, he must marry the lady and not me. Nyameche introduced me to his mother for the first time and his mother said no, that she was not in support and that she won't come for the wedding. I thought she was joking. True to his word, she didn't come. I was hurt, but we had a beautiful ceremony. Nyameche has been so supportive throughout all this time. After our wedding, my husband lost his job and things became very difficult. We had to move back to their family house because we couldn't afford to pay the rent. Life was difficult and his mother and siblings showed me shege. At this point, I felt I was the cause of his predicament because that is how they made me feel. But in all this, my husband was always by my side. I had to drop out of school and look for jobs so we can survive. I decided I would do anything for us to survive because my husband has been my ride and die in the past. Things were very difficult, but our love was stronger. After 5 years of struggling through the pain and tears, the Lord showed himself so strong in our lives. Now, to the glory of God, we have relocated to the USA with our daughter I had with Nyameche, and the Lord is doing what he knows how to do best, blessing us. Now, his mother is in good terms with me and is always asking about me. I thank God I didn't listen to the naysayers and I didn't also give up. I'm smiling double because Nyameche has and is still showing me the love and care he has for me. And I'm glad I chose him because it's the best thing that has ever happened to me. This is the kind of stories you people should be sending. You see, true love exists too. There are men who are going to treat you right. I'm so happy your story has a happy ending, babe. See, my thing is, it is not even about being with a rich man, no. It is about being with a man who you just know is going to be there for you no matter what. When you are with a man like that, you just know it. And if you are willing to sacrifice anything for a man like that, why not? But not when the man is treating you bad. The man is insulting you, the man is cheating on you, and you are giving him money, waiting for him to change and put you first. No, that is not love. Stop settling for men who don't care about you. There are men out there who will love you, who will put you first. Please stop settling. Stop settling for less. And those of you who just want to get married, be careful. Be careful. Marriage is not everything. Before you even think about getting married, make sure the man you are planning to marry has everything you want in a man. That way, after you get married, you are secured. And you're going to be happy with him for the rest of your life. But not just because you want to get married. Any man who just comes and says, I want to marry you, just say yes and marry him. I'm watching you. Babe, I just thank God that your story ended so well and you are so happy. I'm wishing you all the best in your marriage. Now, this sender is definitely not asking for advice. So if you have any opinions about this story, just write it down. And she's going to be in the comment section reading them. And now, say it with me. Now, wait. Those of you who have been coming to my DMs to judge me, I'm seeing you. I don't want to talk about this, so I'm not going to talk about it. These are my opinions. So if you don't agree with my opinion, what can you do? Just write your opinion down below. Okay? Now, say with me. I'm not perfect. You are not perfect. The senders are not perfect. So please be kind to them in the comment section. Obviously, these issues are worrying them. That is why they've sent their stories to me in the first place. So please be kind. Now, remember that your advice and opinions really matter. So don't forget to leave them down below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe to my channel and like this video. Come and join the family. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that when I post, you'll be notified immediately. See you next time. Okay, I'm done. Bye.